folks, and welcome to our presentation on rehabilitating injuries and strengthening and conditioning your body in the water. My name is Chris Carr, also known as Natural Body Man, and it is my pleasure for you here to come today and help you understand more about the water and how you can improve your body and your life. Exercise is good to know the temperature of the water. When we have an injury and we're rehabilitating the water, studies show that it's good to have the water temperature at 86 degrees to 92 degrees temperature Fahrenheit, and that's good. Now, if you're looking to condition your body and you don't have an injury, then colder is better when you're doing high intense movements, and that would be basically 78 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, the water, we have some great advantages. It's almost like being on the moon with the water because there's a buoyancy. Things float on the water. We float. The specific gravity of water is greater than our own specific gravity of our body weight. So we float on the water. That's great. And in doing so, we incur less jarring on our joints, ligaments, tendons, muscles, bones, our whole body structure. We're away from gravity. So we're able to perform movements and not get the effects of the gravity and the harshness that happens to our body. Also, when going in the water, there's a hydrostatic pressure, because as we go in, we have several forces on the top and on the side. And if you're a smoker, I hope you're not, but if you are a smoker, a heavy smoker, you can feel the pressure in your lung cavity as you go in the water. That's called hydrostatic pressure. And by doing so, our breathing muscles, our inspiratory muscles, are built up more because there's pressure and we exert more in breathing, and we're able to breathe more efficiently. Also, as far as our cardiovascular system, our heart rate will drop on average, in the average person, about 17 beats per minute, at least 13% of your heart rate, about 17 beats per minute. So therefore, if we do any movement, we're at a lower heart rate. So in order to get our heart rate as high as on land, we need to move faster or harder. So we can train harder in the water and have the same heart rate response as on land. As far as injuries go, it's always good. Have you ever heard the RICE method? Rest, ice, compression, and elevation. It's very good for the majority of injuries we incur, especially anything dealing with inflammation when your body enlarges. So you normally rest it, and then you want to ice it for 20 minutes, 2 to 3 times a day, and you space it out, morning, afternoon, and evening. Then, of course, the compression, you can compress it lightly, not too tight, especially when we go to sleep, our body recovers a lot more. So you compress and wrap it up so it's straight. For instance, if you had a wrist injury, you wrap it up so that you have a straight pathway to rehabilitate the injury. Or a knee, you wrap it up straight, your leg straight. If you have plantar fasciitis, then you can wear a boot and the foot would be at a right angle, straight. As far as the elevation, it's important to elevate the body too, the body part that's injured, above the heart. So if you're lying down in a supine position and it's your leg that hurts, you rise it higher than the body, like what many of our doctors or personal trainers, fitness coaches tell us. Going in the water too is important, especially going in neck deep. Say for instance you have a low back injury, or if you have a groin pull, or a shoulder injury, what have you. There's many injuries. By walking in the pool, studies show that walking in the pool, you can increase your blood tissue circulation by up to 250%. And studies also show that the water allows for the vertebrae in the spine, because our spine allows for them to separate and flow more easily to rehabilitate themselves to their natural position, alignment. As a chiropractor would call it, vertebrae stabilization. If you were a sprinting swimmer or middle distance swimmer at Florida Atlantic University in the division of College 1A, you would be practicing probably 9 times a week on average during your preseason, ranging from August to February. And you would have 2 practices on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and 1 practice on Tuesday and Thursday in the morning. You'd probably be practicing 2 hours in the morning and 1.5 hours in the evening, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's almost 4 hours of training. And the body can do that because, again, we're in buoyancy and we have hydrostatic pressure. So our body recovers usually within about 6 hours, even of high intensity swimming. So it's very advantageous to train in the water. Now also, if you're looking to gain strength, people who are injured will gain strength. You'll be able to get that leg stronger, that shoulder stronger with movement in the body. Higher awareness. Neurologically, our brain has a higher sensitization too, and can see and can feel the different movements a little bit more precisely than on gravity due to our injuredness. Also, if you're a beginner and you've never really worked out, then yes, you can get strength gains in the pool. If you're an elite trainer, if you're elite at what you do, cardiovascularly, then you can maintain your strength levels. And if you have a far, far great understanding of water and how to balance your body in the water, then yes, you can gain strength just as well. Now, those athletes that are in strength and power, a lot of them cannot gain strength in the water because they don't understand the water to the great degree that a swimmer would, who's been training in the water for 15 years, 2 to 3 hours a day. Okay? Some things in strength here I'd like to show you is, see, we have here like this. You could use as a kickboard in the water. You can put it underneath the water, and notice you can get a lot greater resistance. Now normally in the water, when we're doing motions like this, they're called concentric motions because the force is produced right here. But when we come back, there is a force, but instead of our chest feeling it, we feel it in the back muscle, like that. See? But on land, if we were to do this, lying down, like as a bench press, then we'll feel it on the way back on the chest, and that's when our chest will dilate and enlarge. In the pool, it's different because of the buoyancy and hydrostatic pressure. So typically, we'll train our agonist muscle, our front, and then on the back motion, we'll train our antagonist. I know that gets complicated. So just want to let you know it's different in the water. But you can use implements like this or these. These aren't the best set of dumbbells to use in the water, but they're an example. And you can get the similar training as on land, okay? Because then they will provide an eccentric stimulus because it has an area, and it's tougher to bring it down. So yes, you will get some of that. We also have some other implements. Say for instance you're a track runner. Then it's advantageous to run in the pool because you will not get jarring on your joints, and you can go in the deep end. You could wear one of these aquatic belts and put it around your waist right here. Put the belt around and start your proper running form and technique like that in the deep end. Go for 20 minutes from one end to the other. Pace yourself. You can do some sprints here and there really fast. Okay? You could use that, and it would take less wear and tear on your joints versus running on a track or on pavement where you get the ricochet effect from your feet to your ankles to your knees to your hip joint to your spine to your neck. It's very good, advantageous. Say for instance you're more of a power athlete, like a volleyball player. Martell did a study with college-age volleyball players where they were doing their volleyball drills, and they were practicing in the shallow end of water, anywhere from chest level to waist level, and they did different plyometric movements like squats, squat jumps, single leg bounce, double leg bounce, and they, after 6 weeks, were able to improve their overall jumping performance by more than 11% on average of each one of the college-age volleyball player girls. And that's big, especially in competitive sports. You can also use this for football or basketball, practicing your balance and things of this nature. So that's good. I'd also advise to wear some water shoes, especially if you're in the shallow end, because yes, you will get some of that gravity effect since half of your body is out of the water. Also to note, men and women are different in shape. So a man will have more of his body weight out of the water since more of his weight is apple-shaped. But a woman will have more of her weight in the water if you're in the shallow end because she's pear-shaped and carries the weight in her hips. So that's something also of interest. You can increase your strength gains by increasing your range of motion in the water, moving, or shortening it and speeding it up really fast. You know, you can do this, you can come here for the back, you can do these for the chest, you can come here for the side, you can come here for the biceps, and come down for the triceps. They've invented special gloves that you can wear in the water. This is an example. You can wear these and it gives more water resistance because the water will not go through your hands here, as you see. See that? And they feel cool. It's fun to be in the water and play just like a little kid. Our brain feels better, more relaxed. See that? Aqua glove. They've also developed wiffle balls. A company called Aquatic has developed an omni-shaped dumbbell that you can hold that encompasses your hand. I'm not using it right now. This dumbbell is something different, but similar, and it provides resistance along all space throughout your hand. So wherever you move your hand, it provides resistance. Suffering from a groin pull, shoulder injury, tendons, ligaments, bones, your tissue, this is great. More implements you could use is we have fins and ankle weights. They have a lot of different types of classes in the pool. Pilates classes, Tai Chi classes, body sculpting classes, Zumba classes, step aerobics classes. Studies also show by Taikishima, a 12-week study, and Pohan, a 10-week study, that when training older women in the pool, they improved in their flexibility and in their strength in various movements concerning the legs, like leg extensions, and back pulls and chest presses. Know also that if you have a certain disability, if you're very obese or overweight, it's quite advantageous to start in the pool. You can lose weight. If you increase the temperature of the water, you will sweat more and lose more weight. Though I advise to start out in cool water first because we don't want anybody getting a heat stroke or training too intense. It's better to gradually, progressively go into the exercise, as GPO would state. If you have arthritis, go in the pool. Parkinson's disease. Those even with neurological impairment show that they can improve their performance and cognition and their brainwave pattern going in the pool. If you have plantar fasciitis, dealing with the feet, inflammation of the feet and it hurts, then definitely go into the pool. You can also take Epsom salt baths, hot water Epsom salt baths, that can help. Or you can use a device like this inside the pool to rub out. See that? Rub out. You can go on both sides. You can even use your knuckles and massage out in the pool to rehabilitate your injuries. This is big stuff. Go to the different joints. You can use this on your feet. If you have tight calves, if you're a weightlifter and you have tight calves, then it's important to loosen them up so the toxins can flow from your feet out through here if you have plantar fasciitis. The same principle is for different parts of the body as well, to allow the release of toxins when you have tight contracted muscles. This is a great implement. You can buy this probably for $5. Or you can use a golf ball or a tennis ball even, or even your own knuckles. Fibromyalgia. Patients with fibromyalgia have shown success by going to the pool. Anybody with inflammation or foot swelling, ankle edema. If you're a weightlifter and you're in the competitive phase and you're going into weightlifting competition, I do not recommend going into the pool training it can take away from your strength and power gains. But if you're not in the competitive season and you're in a transition stage where you train for 4 to 8 weeks on one workout program, you can take 5 days to a week, maybe even up to 2 weeks if you're doing a long break recovery, and just swim in the pool or do some strength movements in the pool. And it's a great way to vary it up, and it's overall for longevity of life and healthiness of your body structure and your frame. It's very good, very healthy being in the pool. Notice how fishes have so much agility, and they go in the pool everywhere. It's really nice. So again, I thank you for coming out and investing in your life and learning how to take care of yourself and your body, mind, body, and spirit. My name is Chris Carr, Natural Body Man. Remember, have fun and exercise.